True, yeah, growing up on the North Shore, it seemed like the town was huge.
Yeah, it's funny, the North Shore, it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. But at the same time, it's one of the most famous towns in the world, especially when you're talking about surfing.
Hold on to your kids!
And it's just one of those places that's kind of been the wild, wild west for a long, long time, which we prefer it that way too.
It doesn't get more surfing than that, you know?
It's really just a small town and very much an ocean community, so everything's just focused around the waves and the conditions, which is exactly what I love to do.
Take away like the glory barrels or all that stuff, just as a community itself, and the kids and the families and just everybody that has grown up here make a super special place, and I just think it's probably one of the most magical places in the world.
It feels weird for me to say this because I'm from the North Shore and I don't like to be like, yeah. Just anything to do with surfing. If you want to be the most respected, because everyone that came before us, like all our heroes and our heroes' heroes, and everything comes back to the North Shore of Hawaii. So it's like, you want to be the best or the most well-respected, I think you have to get to the North Shore. So just be the top of the food chain, or what'd you say, like the Mount Everest.
I think the North Shore is the most competitive lineup in the world. It still is. If you want to be a professional surfer, if you want to prove yourself, this is the place to do it, because it's not just the waves, it's the quantity of exceptional surfers. To remain relevant in the surfing world, you can't avoid paddling out into the lineup at Sunset or Rockies or Pike and putting yourself against the best on the planet. The North Shore is the standard of quality and surfing ability that every surfer on the planet is measured against.
It's been like the final boss of all surfing because it's just the Mecca, yeah. So I think it's very important. I think it's probably the most important place in the whole world for surfing when I really think about it. I don't know why or what, but it just seems like it's slowly starting to focus more on like pipeline. I think a lot of people could agree with this, but it's probably the best wave on the entire like planet Earth.
Yeah, pipeline is like the Super Bowl of surfing. Covers about 100 yards, and you know, there's a perfect left, there's a perfect right. And I think when you're here during the winter, you know, people are screaming and yelling and loving it. People just come down and the beach is full of people, and everyone just really gets to get close to it. You know, the salt's in your face, the waves are washing up on your feet. The pro surfers are continuously getting epic waves, you know, within 100 to 50 yards away from you. And I think that's what makes pipeline so special. It's a place you could go and feel a part of the wave. You feel the energy and you feel the mana.
Sometimes when you're dropping in, you're almost like, whoa, am I gonna like land on the beach? You know, because you're so tall, but really it makes it really fun for a surfer and for a spectator because you just feel really connected. And also pipeline has such like it hits so hard and kind of always does a little shake, like it has a little rumble to it. So when you're on the soft sand on the beach, it's all pretty and you feel safe and you feel that little rumble, or you're just like, whoa, what is this place? Or is it some crazy adult carnival ride, or what's going on, you know? And
The heaviest wave on the North Shore by far, which makes it one of the heaviest waves on Earth, that's accessible to like the normal people. Like anybody can paddle out pipeline basically.
The crowd factor at pipeline is so crazy because it makes it way more dangerous because there's so many people on the way. And unfortunately, a lot of the people out there aren't qualified to potentially be out there because this wave is a wave of consequences. This wave can kill you. This wave can beat you up, break your board, and send you in on itself, you know? And it's one of those things where it's like, it's a do or die situation. And I'm not joking, man. It's like, every year someone dies at pipeline. It is the most dangerous wave in the world, hands down.
In some ways the lineup has changed a lot. You know, it used to be if somebody dropped in on somebody, you were in big trouble. There was a fear factor out there and certain guys demanded respect and literally got all the best waves. To some extent it's still like that, but there's not that fear anymore of getting beat up, you know? So the whole violent side of it is kind of tapered off a little bit. But I kind of liked the violent side. I think it kept everybody on their toes, you know, and I liked it. I liked the wild, wild west. And I got my ass kicked a couple times over the last 40 years, but it was worth it because it kept things the way it should be. Now, it's kind of a free-for-all.
It's interesting because a lot of people that want to make it in the surfing industry have to prove themselves at Pipeline. I'm talking whether you're a photographer, bodyboarder, body surfer, pro surfer. If you're any kid that wants to get a big brand and a big brand deal, you gotta put your time in at Pipeline, because this is the proving ground of surfing. And if you can't prove yourself to be a good surfer out of Pipeline, you're kind of doomed. Like, I'm not just saying that because, you know, I was lucky enough to be raised here. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you don't put your time in out here, you're gonna have a hard time winning a world title if that's what you're after.
Pipe is the only wave that my favorite time of day to shoot it is any time of day. Like, it's insane. It's just something that visually, like, you think you've seen this style of barrel before, I've seen this before, and then it just surprises you and it gives you a completely different look, or you shoot something and you're like, oh, that's one that has a different feeling to it. And there's always potential for something wild and ridiculous to happen. So that kind of feeling just, it keeps me coming back. In order to get the wild shots, sometimes you just have dumb luck and you're out there and something wild happens. Or just being like, oh my gosh, I'm really in the splash zone. This is amazing. It's the best and the worst and so toxic for relationships.
We're down at my factory in Wailua, sugar mill. North Shore is really known for its surfing internationally. It's like the Mecca of surfing. And this is where we build all the boards that are being ridden out here, really. And then around the world, too. This is a special spot that we can build boards. There's people building boats, furniture, and crazy, beautiful woodwork, all kinds of really cool things, a lot of artisans here. It's almost like if you were to make a Hollywood movie or something and go like, we're gonna have these guys make surfboards in this crusty place and then they're gonna make these beautiful boards. It looks like a movie set. You drive up here and you're just like, wow, this place is so incredible. It's like what you would expect to see in like a cheesy surfing movie. When Sugar closed down, I think it was in the late 80s, surfboard shapers were the first people to kind of really see it, go like, wow, we can make boards here. Eric Arakawa, I believe, was the first guy who actually rented some space out in the front of the mill, and he's been building boards there ever since. People have won world titles. Andy Irons won a world title winning Pipe Masters on one of his boards that was built right there. From him, I know the people, I don't know the order they all came in, but Carper, Carl Schapper, Al Chapman, Pat Rawson, Jeff Bushman, Larry Peterson was glassing all those boards. Even though I'm 56 now, I'm still like the Grom to those guys. I really appreciate those guys as shapers, but also like pioneering this space, because there's been smaller names that you might not have heard of, but guys that have been building like top quality, best glass jobs, best shaping, just most insane surfboards pretty much anywhere in the world. The best part of it, I think, it's kind of a cool community. We're competing, I guess, in the market for selling boards, but we're all kind of in it together here. No one's really against each other. We're all willing to help each other out. If you need some resin, come on over. You can borrow some from us anytime. Also, what's really nice, people come from around the world. It's not just surfers, but also other shapers. It's such a center of board building and having amazing shapers that are just kind of come in and out. It's pretty exciting. One of the most important parts of the sugar mill is its location. It's just outside of Haleiwa, 10 minutes, 15 minutes from here, and we're surfing perfect, beautiful, all different kinds of waves right here. And so the ability to like make boards, test boards, and just like remake things where you're like, okay, here, I can shape John a board, for example, and have him riding it the next day if I need to. And so the ability to like shape it, glass it, get it to them, and get feedback immediately from those boards, but just the ability to adapt and improve is just pretty magical here.
I like it when everybody catches waves out there. If you're waiting your turn, then you're up and you gotta take your turn. The etiquette is just kind of going out the door. It's pretty crazy because I'm like, wait, where did you learn how to surf? Because like, I learned how to surf here and like, we don't do that here. If you paddle for a wave and miss it, you're to the back of the line. The North Shore is known for its big waves, and if it's not to your ability, there's a safer spot down the road, you know, but I don't like big waves, and I love little waves when I can put my toes on the nose and nose ride. I could just do the same thing on every single wave, which is just try to hang 10 as long as I can. I'm pretty much addicted to nose riding because it feels like flying, and I don't know, I like it. Us North Shore people, we love an outdoor lifestyle. We don't want to be inside. We need to go outside at some point in the day. I would always just ask myself, how did I get so lucky to end up here? Like the most beautiful place on earth. Like I've traveled and nothing beats home. I think it's perfect. Clear water, even if you're not even catching a wave, you can just stare at the water and be mesmerized. And the water's perfect, there's perfect surf, like blue sky, white sand. We all love our home a lot. It's a special place because it's country, you know, it's not the most countryest place, but there's only 2 grocery stores, only 2 stoplights. Admire the fact that there's more green than there are buildings, and we all kind of have the same mindset on trying to preserve and protect this place because we all love it so much.
So here in Hawaii, Native Hawaiians, we've seen ourselves always as servants to the land, but if we don't take care of it, then it won't be able to do that for us. And one of those things they brought on those sailing canoes 1,500 years ago was kalo, which is what we know as today as taro, but it's the main staple of Hawaii. And Hawaii has a very unique way that we grow this crop. It comes from an ahupua'a system that utilizes the resources from mountain to sea in a way that doesn't waste anything. You could almost think of it as split up like a pie in the middle of each island, but essentially each parcel, each district would take care of their section of the land. Everybody had a part in this system to make that ahupua'a work, and that was your kuleana, your responsibility. Every day you would wake up, attend to your duty, and after that you were allowed to have this free time, which a lot of us have rolled into surfing. All the water that's flowing through here will eventually make its way to the ocean. What we're doing with the lo'i is creating a system that allows the nutrients to feed our kalo and continue on and be nutrients for the fish, the reef, the seaweed, everything that's out there in the ocean. And to keep the taro growing allows all of that nutrients to go back into the ocean and create a full ecosystem that allows us all to thrive together. So what we're doing here at Kalo'io Kamananui is encouraging a relationship for people to re-engage and have a connection with the foods that they eat. So often we have that disconnect because of convenience, but having this relationship, taking the time to pull the weeds or the taro actually out from the ground, that aloha and that love that you have for what you're doing in that moment, that is the best ingredient that you can have in the things that you put into your body. And what we're doing allows people to reestablish that relationship that we lost. We have community volunteer groups every Wednesday, whether they're kama'aina people that are from Hawaii or even visitors that are looking to explore on how they can serve Hawaii in a different way. This is a place that you can learn what we're doing to restore traditional farming styles here in Hawaii and to provide food for our people.
A lot of people don't know that the North Shore is actually a great place for wind sports. Yeah, when the surf is not good and the wind picks up, that's a great time to go out kite surfing. And when the waves are smaller, it's perfect for wing foiling. There's just so many other opportunities to use the conditions for having fun on the down days. There's been kind of a small community of wind sports athletes, started with the windsurfers and moved on to kite surfers out here, and the last few years it's really exploded with foiling and downwinding. It's just really cool to see people getting behind these alternative sports and having fun in other ways, and it's a huge learning curve, so everyone kind of feels like you're in it together. And for foiling specifically, we get a lot of trade winds, which is the winds that blow from the east, and they can get pretty strong out here and it can blow out the surf, but for us it actually makes for really good downwinding. It makes bumps, little waves stand up out in the ocean, and so basically we can ride the bumps all the way down the coast and you get going super fast. It's really beautiful out there and you just really feel like you're one with the ocean and riding an endless wave down the coast, and it's a feeling like no other, I would say. And when the waves go flat, there's a lot of other fun activities like skydiving and spearfishing. And we have really great places to eat here on the North Shore and a lot of really good locally owned businesses like Pupukea Grill, Haleiwa Bakery, Poke for the People. There's so many great options for food around here. Anything is good there. All the fish is freshly caught and amazing toppings.
Yeah, our park's killer. Something about when you come across the street, people drop their ego and it's just, everybody gets a turn and there's a lot of rippers coming through. It's radical, man. It's been nearly 20 years and there was a skate scene before the park, but there wasn't a community place where everyone could go.
Honestly, we have an awesome skate community here. The kids, everybody else, like skated all over the US. There's just something about it here, this level of support, the level of people skating, surfing, everything.
I actually like that it's small because it's not like super blown out, which is cool. So you know everyone. I grew up skating here, but I have a lot of memories, like a lot of good times with my friends, and it's still fun to skate. And
a lot of the kids that I remember from the first few years have their own kids now and they come and all skate together. Something for everybody. You can get a lot of speed, you can do a lot of technical tricks, and a big playground for everybody to come and everybody gets a turn.
Yeah, they're a little more friendly about stuff. Like people that are learning, you kind of tell them what's happening.
It's like more camaraderie because people are way more encouraging in general, just because it's not as much of a limited resource. Yeah, you just know it's going to be good. When I'm rolling up in my truck, I know it's going to be 2 to 10 in glassy conditions. And it's always fun to skate with somebody else, and like everyone has different styles, so you feed off each other's energy and try different things that maybe you wouldn't have thought of otherwise.
Honestly, it's the camaraderie with everything. It started meeting Shirley early on, from skate events to skate contests to skate jams and having bands play at the skate park. I've been lighting the skate park up every Thursday night for about 2 years and doing a community skate night for kids, adults, everybody. And I don't know, there's just so much going on here. It's a special place to be a part of.
I started the shop because there's no core skate shop on the North Shore. You have to go all the way to town, or you have to go all the way to Kailua. I feel like I can help people pick the right stuff. I got all the stuff you need, and I won't sell you anything that you don't need, and I just make sure everyone's set up right. I'm usually just laughing all the time and shit. Yeah, that's all.
You know what's pretty cool? We don't have like the teenagers that tease and taunt younger kids. And then, yeah, the overall encouraging vibe, and it's just a place to come and do your thing. And, you know, they call it flirting with disaster, right? It's a lot of fun.
Look at this, drop it. Absolutely perfect.
It's amazing to be a part of it. It's just so gnarly. It's just gives you chicken skin, because when you think about the eddy, you think about the biggest, baddest waves on the planet.
And you're lucky if you even survive.
This is a big set, guys.
One of the interesting things about Waimea is that it was known as the Valley of the Kahuna. Eddie Aikau and his ohana, they have direct connection to Waimea, with his ancestor being Hewa Hewa, who was one of the greatest kahuna of his time in leading our chiefs into the unification that we have of the islands today.
Probably the most special, most prestigious, craziest event in the whole world, whether you're a surfer or a spectator.
When it runs, it's like a holiday. You just don't go to work, no one goes to school, you don't do anything because you can't get anywhere. If you want to get in a car, there's no chance you're going anywhere. It brings all these people from all over the island, and it's just like a carnival feeling of like, there's kids in the streets on their bikes, people are camping on the side of the cliff the night before and barbecuing with their friends, and just like a big party.
There it goes, guys. Hold on to your kids. Like I said, it's all the magic.
There's no winners or losers until the end of the day. It's a celebration of surfing. That's how Nick Carroll coined it, the Woodstock of surfing.
And then the day breaks and it's like, holy shit, this is huge. There's waves closing out across the bay, and that energy is just crazy feeling. And you combine that with the energy of everybody on the beach. It's just like this magical, like we're all in it together.
The volume's on maximum, you know, the cheers are way louder, the beatings are way harder, the thrill of the ride is way more thrilling. Your hugs you're giving your best friends, it could be my last, you know, so it's so special. And to be a competitor, it's like extra, extra special.
Thank you. Hey guys. Like a chop was like feathering over my head. I was like, ah, it is Bill.
I was just on the side, you know. I was like, no, I tried to go to the top and I just got stuck.
It's beyond any kind of sports spectacle that you'll ever see. The size of the surf and everything and the conditions for it to run makes it such a unique, almost like a wonder of the world type thing.
Yeah, so it's been like 30 years. It's gone maybe 10 times because it has to be that big and that perfect.
It has to be 20 foot plus. You can't just have a few 20-foot waves. You got to make sure it's going to be 20 foot all day long.
It is the most incredible amphitheater you could ever imagine, man. These waves are just marching in.
Literally no better watermen, no better lifeguards on the whole planet than the ones we have here on the North Shore, thank God.
Those heroes on jet skis keeping the surfers and photographers safe is led by Terry Hui, Brian Kealana, and Mel Poo, founders of the Hawaiian Water Patrol, who invented jet ski rescue techniques. These men literally pioneered water safety, and they are the best in the world and have saved many, many lives.
It's amazing to see that many people gathered in such a small area without having a physical stadium. Even in the water, you can hear the crowd roar, cheering or making the ah noise for a wipeout. It's wild. The waves sound like a terrifying thunderstorm. The crowd is roaring. It's so much concentrated energy in a tiny area.
I think one thing for surfers that we all hold to our hearts and souls dearly is our connection to the water. And whenever something happens, we all rally together. It's a very special community, especially out here on the North Shore, that when things are happening, whether positive or negative, the community comes together and everybody rallies together.
Never seen something to that magnitude. And it was all to celebrate the life of one amazing man.
Are you planning on getting out there?
Yes.
You got your head on straight? I had to do it. I had to do it.
I was like, it's coming. Just wait.
I had to do it.
Please,
right.
I hope that stays.
That's in. That's
Done.
a keeper.
That's in. A group of Tamayo's friends got together and created the Tamayo Perry Foundation. It's just starting, and so we want to honor his legacy by connecting under-resourced youth to the ocean through surf, swim, safety, mentorship, and aloha.